Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. China has warned that attempts by Taiwan to seek independence means war, days after China stepped up its military activities near the island.
I ran for president because...
It also comes after US President Joe Biden reaffirmed his commitment to Taiwan and set out his stance in Asia. The US has called China's latest warning unfortunate, adding that tensions did not need to lead to anything like confrontation. China sees democratic Taiwan as a breakaway province, but Taiwan sees itself as a separate sovereign state.
Sees no reason why tensions over Taiwan need to lead to anything like confrontation. And so we find that comment unfortunate and certainly not commensurate with our intentions to meet our obligations under the Taiwan Relations Act.
A new coronavirus vaccine has been shown to be 89.3% effective in large-scale UK trials. The Novavax jab is the first to show in trials that it is effective against the new virus variant found in the UK. Prime Minister Boris Johnson welcomed the good news and said the UK's medicines regulator would now assess the vaccine. If approved, the doses are expected to be delivered in the second half of this year. Clashes have broken out between protesting Indian farmers and a group of men shouting anti-farmer and pro-police slogans near the capital, New Delhi. Farmers' leaders accuse local police and politicians of instigating skirmishes at the northern site to turn sentiment against them after thousands of farmers marched overnight to reinforce colleagues camping out on the outskirts of New Delhi. The farmers want the government to withdraw 3 new farm laws that they say will hurt their livelihoods for the benefit of large private produce buyers. Protesters in Lebanon have destroyed a government building in the northern city of Tripoli in a 4th night of unrest over strict lockdown measures. More than 100 people were injured in Thursday's clashes between demonstrators and security forces. Earlier in the day, crowds marched at a funeral of a protester who eyewitnesses say was hit by a bullet likely shot by police. The total curfew was imposed this month to halt a surge in COVID cases. People are forbidden from leaving their homes unless they are essential workers, and they must rely on deliveries from supermarkets for food. Half the country's population of now nearly 7 million is estimated to be living under the poverty line. Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif has said it will not accept US demands that it reverse an acceleration of its nuclear program before Washington lifts sanctions. Mr. Zarif said the demand is not practical. The nuclear deal was struck by Iran and 6 major powers and committed Iran to restricting its nuclear program in return for sanctions relief from the United States and others. Israel and Gulf Arab states strongly opposed the deal as not being stringent enough on Tehran. Former US President Donald Trump abandoned the deal in 2018. And finally, we all know that AI is going to play an increasingly important role. Well, now artificial intelligence has brought a South Korean singer back to life on stage. One of South Korea's rock legends, Kim Kwang-seok, passed away in 1996, but nearly 25 years later, fans are able to hear his voice sing a song written 6 years after his death. Mr. Kim's voice has been resurrected for a TV program called Competition of the Century, AI versus Human. His voice has been reconstructed with singing voice synthesis, a program developed by an AI company which mimics the range of human vocal cords. The technology means Mr. Kim's voice can now sing over 700 different Korean songs. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.